What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Dutch and Denver podcast. I'm Dutch, and I might be back in Denver, might not, never know. I just wanted to do one last podcast before the year is over. No Higgins tonight. Higgins will be back when he's back. But probably next Thursday. We took a little break for the holidays. He and I had a lot of fun together in LA. I'll be back shortly, blah blah blah, all that. But I wanted to do, just a Dutch and Devon one, just to catch up, see what's going on. Let me yell about some stuff that I can't always yell about with Higgins and all that. So, I know it's been a while too, because we did have the holidays. And, I mean, I did have to spend some time with family and stuff like that, which, typical. Christmas was a complete clusterfuck. It was pretty awful, to be honest. There were some highlights, but pretty typical, just family bullshit awfulness. And I think we've burned our last bridge, or one of them, so we don't have to put up with this shit anymore. Like, we systematically could just start burning bridges and not have to deal with people we hate anymore, and it's gonna work out so much better. I'll be so much happier. And I mean, I think we nailed part of it. So yeah, I mean, Christmas was it snowed the day the gypsy left for the airport, but other than that, pretty uneventful. Uh, just all around, like I said, pretty bad. Some highlights, but yeah, just clusterfuck. Hopefully, got rid of a lot of nonsense I don't care about. Let's see. This one will probably be kind of short. Like I don't have a ton to go over. Um, I just have a few things that I really want to like kind of touch on because ah, I mean it's just driving me fucking crazy. Um, first of all, let's talk Broncos a little bit. We haven't really talked much Broncos since I was in LA for obvious reasons, and I couldn't watch the games really. I did watch a lot of them though, and let's just face something: the Broncos are fucking bad. Okay, from top to bottom. And everybody be like, "Oh, Dutch, what about our defense?" Fuck our defense, man. They gave up 51 points to the Chargers or to the Rams, who were also like four and shitty. Okay, so that's not an elite defense to me. Well, they just got tired of saving, so they kind of gave up. Okay, so you gave up. That's not an elite defense. That's a bitch move. Um, yeah, they're just really, really fucking bad. Okay. A lot of it has to do with coaching, which thank God they fired Nathaniel Hackett. Um, not mid season, but end of season, like 2 games left. I don't really know why we went that route. I know that the rules are that we can start interviewing coaches and stuff. Then, no coach is going to commit though. They're going to wait to see what options there are. So, kind of stupid. Well, I don't know, stupid. I say good on the part of the Waltons that are just like, look, we're not having this mediocre shit. And not only that, because I don't know if you guys watched the Rams game, but we've got teammates fighting with each other on the sidelines. The backup quarterback, Ripien or whatever, and Dalton Reiser. I don't know what they're fighting about, but pathetic. Okay. And then you got some asshole fighting the other team after the game, throwing punches. Fuck him. I mean, and then you have, the most useless fucking rest of the team you could possibly imagine. Okay. Where should we go? Yeah. So that's where we're at. Now, a bunch of news outlets, and I don't know, do we want to call them news outlets or hold on, let me pop a chew in. They're definitely news, but I think it's more sports oriented. Like, for instance, Barstool. This was the um Barstool Denver. I don't know. This was the article that caught my eye because I didn't really read the article, but I know what it says. Does that make sense? So yeah, I absolutely know what the article says, and let me just find the headline because it's important. Um, Barstool wrote an article about Russell Wilson being a little bitch. Okay, and he is a little bitch, and I will lay out why he's a little bitch. Okay. So the article is or the tweet says this is from Barstool Sports. This is not even Barstool Denver. This is a big one. It says Russell Wilson apparently has his own office and private parking spots at Bronco facility. Yeah, I believe that. I know that. Everybody else knows that. He has a little entourage of losers with him there. Um, this is what happens. Okay. So Barstool posts this, and all right. Now, where you lose me is you've got a myriad of fucking Bronco players. I'm not sure I'd say standing up, but yeah, defending their quarterback. Okay, so let's be clear about a couple things. Russell Wilson doesn't give a fuck about football anymore. And it shows, and anyone with half a brain knows it. Okay? The guy absolutely sucks on the field. He is fucking terrible. He had a QB rating of like 3. Okay? He threw 2 picks in the first quarter or something. He is fucking terrible this season. Okay? Now we can attribute that to coaching. We can attribute that to he didn't play at all in preseason. We can attribute that to the bad offensive line play, all that stuff. We also can attribute to he just doesn't give a fuck anymore. He just wants to build his Russell Wilson brand and doesn't give a shit about football anymore because the Broncos are so goddamn stupid. They gave him $250 million before he even took a fucking snap for our team. Okay? So there's a lot going into this. But when you really get down to brass tacks, he fucking sucks this year. Okay? He is awful. And it shows. He does not care anymore. He's not even fucking trying. Okay? They're practicing and he's at the US Open or Wimbledon with his wife and the Queen partying it up. He's at the Met Gala wearing a foil suit. He doesn't give a shit anymore. He doesn't try and he's horrible. Now, that could be different next year, but I doubt it. We've already paid him. We're stuck with it. This is where my issue lies. Okay? It's one thing to stand up for your teammate when he's falsely accused, but Russell Wilson is not being falsely accused. The dude blows ass this year. He is so fucking bad, it makes me want to gouge my eyes out. Okay? And then you have people like Jerry Jeudy, who I know Bronco fans love him. He's not a bad receiver. When he plays, the guy's hurt every other play and hurt every other game. He never plays. So shut up, nerd. And he's up here like, I ain't gonna keep looking at these false statements about my boy Russ, man, as a teammate who seems elite work ethic, blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. He got an office because he's committed to the life of just this game. Okay, well, the office isn't helping. I mean, if you have an office to study plays and be better at the game, it's not fucking working. You are garbage this year, dude. I am sorry. You are unbelievably horrible. And Jerry Jeudy, you shut the fuck up and you get healthy and maybe catch some more footballs. And we wouldn't be fucking 4-11, right? I think we're 4-11 now. Pretty horrible. And the Chiefs are about ready to steamroll us. So we got that. Then we also have KJ Hamler. I don't even know who that guy is. apparently he plays for the Broncos, who's standing up for him too and saying, 3, because that's the number, goes above and beyond, does whatever it takes to win for the team. Well, he's not doing enough because we only got 4 wins. We've been mathematically eliminated since week 5. So you should probably shut up, and take a little seat there. Um, y'all not about to bash him and act like he still ain't the same Russ who won a Super Bowl and 9 times, blah, blah, blah. Okay, dude. First of all, he won a Super Bowl like 9 years ago. Calm down. All right? And people trashed him too. The Hamler for saying this dumb stuff. And what's even worse, not even worse, but just dumber, is that the Broncos, the main Broncos account, Denver Broncos Twitter account, is retweeting this shit. Um, which again, I understand standing up for your teammate when wrongly accused, but he's not being wrongly accused. Like, the dude's got his own parking spot, he's got offices, he has an entourage, he's a problem. Guys don't like him. He's a he is the worst quarterback in the league this year. And we're only going this league. I don't care what you did 9 years ago. Okay, that's Dallas Cowboy shit. That's, we won back in 94 and 2. Fuck that, man. What have you done for me recently? Especially when you're getting $250 million. Frankly, you've done nothing. You've lost games for us as far as I'm concerned. You're a detriment to this team because you don't care anymore. You just want to build your brand. Fucking fine. I get it. We were stupid for signing you. But to have these players who, A, are no names, because let's face it, most of the Broncos team is no names because we spent so much fucking money on this dipshit. And then, again, these aren't debatable facts. Like, he's got his own practice spot, offices, and he's more concerned with his brand than he is with anything else. And you're defending like, oh, he's so good. He's not good. He's fucking awful. And I know ride or die with your team, but don't defend this. Okay? It's probably just better to be quiet, and then people aren't going to think you're a fucking idiot. Because I already think you're a moron. And now I know you are. Like, for instance, Garrett Bowles. Blah, blah, blah. Difficult season. More difficult watching his brother Russ get beaten down by the hurtful attacks and lies. They're not lies, man. And you're the one. Why don't you go hold somebody else, you fucking moron? Russ pours his heart and soul into this game. No, he doesn't. That is very clear. Most of all, he pulls his heart and soul into our team. No, he doesn't. Also very clear. He's one of the greatest competitors and teammates he's been around. Competitor, clearly not. Teammate, maybe. I don't know. Maybe you guys hug in the locker room together because you're losers. We have his back, and we know he wants nothing more to win. Again, if you think he wants to win, you're a moron. Because he doesn't. He just wants to build his brand. That is our quarterback, and brother, we'll learn from this adversity and be better for it together. Broncos country. This is apparently to us. Trust that Russ and everyone on this team will do everything we can to get this right for you. You deserve better days ahead, and we love you guys. I don't believe that. I don't believe better days ahead. We don't have any talent on our team. What about the defense, Dutch? Fuck the defense, man. I don't care how mad or tired or you gave up 51 points to the fucking Rams, okay? You were not elite anymore. You were barely passable as Pee Wee. This, God, this would have never happened back in the day. No one would have put up with this shit. But we have so many transplants who are like, I'm a Broncos fan forever, and I'll just fucking suck them off for money and blah, blah, blah. It's so bad. I can't. It's so bad. So yeah, Bulls, shut the fuck up and go hold somebody else and get some more holding penalties, you dipshit. But yeah, that was. I mean, that Barstool and a couple other people have really pointed out that Russell is a piece of shit and does not give a fuck about this team, and he doesn't. He does not care anymore. And people are like, oh, but he said, but actions speak louder than words, man. I've watched the guy play. He doesn't fucking care anymore. or he's just really fucking bad. Those are your two options. And you don't get to have off years in the NFL when you're getting 250 million bucks. I'm sorry. Also, don't have our little always injured third string loser speaking up for you, or the guy who has more holding penalties than anyone in the history of the game. God, it's just. And then you have the Broncos social media manager retweeting this crap. It irritates me even more. Like, so I don't normally watch morning sports stuff because I just can't fucking take it. It's so retarded. But I've been watching Skip and Shannon just because there's nothing else to do. Even Shannon Sharp is up there saying the players don't like him. He's not doing good. Blah. Everything that everyone is accusing him of. Now, if you want to say that, the guys at Barstool aren't in the locker room and don't know, blah, 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 fine. Tell you what, Shannon Sharp knows what's going on in that locker room. He is still a Denver Bronco, and he knows exactly what's going on with those players. He's been there. He's done that. He's still tough. He knows exactly what's going on. So when Shannon says something is not right with Russ and that they don't fucking like him and no one does and he's a little diva, you can take that to the fucking bank. Okay? So stop defending this piece of shit. Call him out in public and be like, dude, you need to step it the fuck up. Also, though, maybe the guys who are playing well, which is, I don't think I can even name them, maybe they should call him out. But Mr. Holdy McGee over here, you just be quiet and work on yourself there, Chief. And Mr. I can't play a full game without getting hurt. Why don't you do the same? And Mr. No Name Hamler, you fuck off too. I'm so sick of this shit. Just win football games. I don't care. Now, I know it's been a tough year. New ownership, horrible, horrible fucking coaching. Just atrocious all the way around. But then you add this crap to it. You guys just need to shut the fuck up and get through these last two games. I don't want to hear a word out of you until you're back in the playoffs playing an AFC championship. You don't have a voice anymore. You work for me, the fan, the one who buys tickets and crap like that. Not gonna do any more of that. It really irritates me. Oh, fuck them. All right, moving on. So I don't know what was said on the last podcast with Higgins, which is on YouTube Live. I'll post it to Anchor and everywhere else tonight, and then maybe tomorrow, and then this one will follow it shortly. Sorry, I've been behind on stuff. We have some saved, things like that. But the Buffs hired Deion Sanders. The Colorado Buffaloes hired Deion Sanders as their next head coach. And again, I don't know if I said this on the podcast prior, but I'll say this now. I had some super duper reservations about this. I mean, D2 coach going to D1, super flashy, and I wasn't sure about it. I wasn't convinced. This was my knee-jerk reaction. I wasn't convinced. Now, having talked to some people and really thought it out better, I'm excited. I truly, this is the first time I've been excited about Buffs football in a long time. Because when you really think about it, I mean, the name of the game in college is recruiting. Okay? It's convincing those 5 stars to come play at your school. It's convincing, you 4 stars, 3 stars. And it's convincing those kids and those kids' families to come play at your school. All right? And that is a huge, huge thing in making a good college football team. Okay? I think Deion Sanders, looking back, has that. I mean, he's already got one 5 star. I mean, the Buffs are like top 3 recruiting so far. And now that the transfer portal is there, I think they're just going to move up. Okay? I really, a knee-jerk reaction. I didn't think about it. And now the more I think about it, I think Deion is good for us. Now, if we can get them kids, if he can get those kids to play for more than image and likeness and play for a championship, I think we got a shot in 3 years. He'd take that one to the bank. Um, I also think, when I have some more time, Deion Sanders is one of the best athletes ever. I mean, ever. That man is probably the best shutdown corner ever to play in the NFL. Okay. He won a Super Bowl, maybe two. I don't know. I know he's won at least one. He then went and played professional baseball and was a starting center fielder and won a World Series. I know Mike played baseball, but he didn't win a World Series. So Dion might be the best athlete of all time. He's up there. Okay. The man knows talent and used to be able to play. So I think he'll be a better judge of talent than what the Buffs have had in the past. And I think he'll have that that ability to recruit that we've been missing that all the other schools have. Okay? So I'll eat crow and I was wrong about Dion. Thinking back, I'm excited. I'm ready for this. All right. Let's do some quick bowl season stuff. I know it's already started. Oh, we can talk about ads real quick. I'm real frustrated with them. I fucking hate Gorgiev. Dude, our goal we need a goalie. That's all that needs to be said. We have a ton of injuries. I get that. Like a ton. Like half of our team is out. But Gorgiev, they were up 4-2 last night and we lost in overtime in a shootout because he's awful. He's never in position and I hate him so much it's not even funny. We need a better goalie. That's all I can say. We need a much better goalie. I could probably be a better goalie. I'm wider than he is. So that's where I'm at with the Avs. I'm very frustrated. I know there's still a ton of season left, and I know we can turn this around when we start getting people back from injury. But it's infuriating that they're down like 2-1, and they come back and they're up 4-2, and then they lose because our goalie doesn't know what the fuck's going on. It's man, it's very irritating. All right, bowl season. Um, there's been some interesting games. The ones last night. If you're not paying attention, this is Friday, the 29th. Nope, the 30th. Friday the 30th. The 29th had some great games, some real close ones. That were entertaining to watch. There were a couple other ones, yeah, here and there. Today had some great games. Notre Dame game was fixed, like always. As soon as I'm done here, I'm going to go finish up that Clemson Tennessee game. Good stuff. Good games. Tomorrow we have the beginning of the playoffs, and I think TCU stomps Michigan. They win by 7 or more, and then Georgia is, excuse me, Georgia is going to absolutely dismantle Ohio State. Ohio State has no business even being in here. Um, I know SC doesn't because they just had such a poor performance in the Pac 12. They should be fucking embarrassed about themselves. I know Williams was hurt, but pull him and at least have a fighting chance. So I'm very bitter about that. I will still watch them on the second. Very, very unfortunate. I'm glad he won the Heisman, clear winner. I don't know if I talked about this earlier, but yeah, Caleb Williams, clear Heisman winner. No one was even close to him. It's a joke that the other guys were even invited. But I know you have to have 4 finalists because ESPN's got to fill an hour of garbage time. And that's exactly what they did. It was just, wokey nonsense with, family. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, you should have just given it to him. No one from Ohio State ever deserves one. The TCU kid, again, not important. Super glad he won. Like I said, tomorrow TCU beats Michigan by at least 7, and then Georgia dismantles Ohio State. They don't even belong anywhere near this. They have never belonged near this, except when they fix it and let them win. Um, and then the final on the following Monday, or the week from Monday, I'm sure Georgia will prevail. I'm not sure it'll be a blowout, but it'll be they're gonna win. I mean, Georgia's clearly the best team, unless something drastic happens, like Ohio State, one of their moron players falls down and kills two of the Georgia guys, breaks a leg or something. Other than that, hmm, I think we're done for the year, guys. It's been a pretty good year, podcast wise and gaming wise. We are going to have some major changes in the new year. Um, so, well, let's outline them. My foot is not getting any better, so I'm going to have some extra time on my hands, like always. It's going to be hard in January. Well, maybe not because NFL playoffs. I'm going to try and do a more frequent live podcast. I'm not sure I'll share them everywhere, but on YouTube, I will try and do like a daily live sports talk slash politics because I didn't even want to get into politics tonight. Just it is so fucked right now. It's not even funny, and I didn't want to bring everyone down around the holidays. Um, especially myself. But with all this time on my hands, we're going to change some things if I'm able to and do more. Like I mean, I really have nothing else to do but lay around and watch fucking Amazon Prime. And that's not good for me or the people around me. So I got to do something with my time. Um and I think this might be it. Also, Higgins will be probably a permanent fixture on Thursday nights. And then we also have a professional audio visual guy who is going to get involved and make this a more professional stream that I hope we can grow more than the zero viewers we have and the few that listen outside of the live stream. So daily talk radio is on the horizon. Maybe every other day to get started, as long as there's something to talk about. Man, because I got nothing else to do. I mean, what's an hour a day? Um, Again, Higgins will be for the main podcast that'll get posted everywhere, and then we will be upping production value. I've got to actually sit down with him because I did sit down with him. We'll have to come up with a cool nickname for him, but as it stands now, we're just gonna call him like Whiskey Pete. Okay. Um, and the first time I met him and stuff, we basically just went out and got hammered together. So it wasn't a great time to be like, so talk to me about technical stuff. But I have talked to him on the side, and it seems like something that is worth the investment. Um, as for gaming, man, at times I miss it, and then at times I don't because I still watch my favorite streamers, and I watch them fake their way through Call of Duty specifically. Like, oh, this game is good. It's fucking not. Okay, I can't believe the trash that they put out and someone paid for. And then I watch other guys I really like who are like, this is fucking awful. I don't know what I'm doing here anymore. Um, so part of me wants to like jump back in. I heard The Witcher's gonna be redone for the Xbox X and S, like new graphics, stuff like that. And they're gonna add some more um missions or quests, whatever you want to call them. I'd love to do a full Witcher playthrough. I just don't know how it would be streaming because I'll get locked in and I don't know if I'll be able to interact unless we're like riding our horse to different towns. Um, I'm still waiting on Elder Scrolls 6 or 7, whatever it is. I'm not sure that I would get back into ESO Online just because I'm far behind and it's not what it used to be anymore, you know. And then like I said, Call of Duty's fucking dead. Halo, I guess they don't even have enough people to fill servers and lobbies. Just right now the state of gaming is really bad in my opinion. And I don't there's not a game that I want to play. You know, I'm not like I'm Police Protocol was out. I'm not like a horror guy. Um I'm not they're just the passion's gone. And there's flares of it coming back. But I also feel like I'm gonna dedicate more to PC than Xbox just because I don't know, man. I mean, PC is just so much further ahead than Xbox. And I think most of the games are optimized for that. And you just have such an advantage. And people are like, well, what about control? Yeah, you can play controller on PC. You still are way ahead. Um, so, and then, possibly changing locations, things like that. It's going to be different. So, that's kind of where we stand on that. Um, I hope to be much more involved. And I know I've said that in the past, but now it's kind of seeming like this is the direction to go and actually just put forth the effort. I mean, I haven't checked in with Phil and I don't know how long. Poor guy's probably moved on. Um, and like I said, just looking back, like sitting around doing nothing is not the way to do it. So I figured I'll come here, I'll yell for a couple hours a day, and that'll maybe help. Also, if gaming comes back, we've got that. Then the other thing I want to do is I took basically the summer off and part of the fall from the train that not many of you know about, but I mean, I've talked about it with people and stuff like that. And I still have kept up with the hobby. I just, I was out of town, I was away from my layout. Um, I had a lot to do from like July till now. Now I'm kind of at a lull and I'm starting to get back to the train board. And knowing what I know now, I want to do a new build starting like from scratch and tape all of it. Now that I have the new AV guy, I think he can edit videos because I can't edit videos to save my fucking life. You guys, I mean, you've seen the YouTube stuff. It's basically just raw footage. Um, but I don't know. I got into the hobby, you guys know, because of the injury, and I like it, and I'm gonna stick with it. And I want to do. I've learned a lot. I made some mistakes, obviously, first actual adult layout. And now I'm ready to go back to the drawing board and do like a real. I have a real layout, but a better one. Let's put it that way. How about a better layout? Okay. And I want to document it, video stuff like that. So it won't be on the podcast, but it'll be on the channel, and it won't be live. So it'll be, back in the feed because I think a lot of people don't click the live tab and see all these podcasts. They just see we haven't posted a video in a while. Um, and watch it if you want, watch it if you don't. I think it'll still be fun. Sometimes I'll have a couple cocktails, and sometimes it'll just be like real, like building a train, you know. But it's something that I enjoy doing, and if I enjoy doing something, I might as well post it on the internet because it seems like that's the thing to do right now when you don't have anything else to do. Um, so that's kind of the direction we're going for the new year, and yeah, I mean, I'm excited. Um, I will need your guys' help. Like, you know, the guys who listen and watch this later that do have my number, or if you don't have my number, you leave a comment and be like, hey, man, don't forget to get on this and do better and make more videos and do more shit online. Okay. So, encouragement from you guys would help, but it won't be, it'll probably be a necessity now that I think about it. So if you enjoy this, a little bit of encouragement, like, hey, that was really good last night. Fucking do another one with Higgins drunk. Because our Rumham ones, I don't know if you guys have watched any of those. They were fun. I know the audio is messed up. Okay. I know the audio and the video don't line up. I don't know how to fix that. So just bear with us. Watch it, like it. I know it's terrible. We were working with a skeleton crew and all that. I'm sorry. It was good stuff though. In the future, we will have better production value because we've got Whiskey Pete, okay, and Higgins, and it'll be better. I promise. Um, Other than that, like I said, I'm excited. I'm ready. Let's let's keep this going, and I don't know. Hopefully, let's make something of this. We'll have a lot of stuff. We'll have podcasts. We'll have gaming. We'll have train stuff. Maybe I'll get another hobby too. Um, and we'll go from there, and we'll see where it takes us. So this will be the last podcast of the year of 2022. There's been a lot of them, and we might have done 100. I don't know. I'd have to check. And I've met some great people. All the people who I've already known who have listened through the painful times and the good. I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone that has listened and supported this year. Um, you have no idea. Like, it's fun to do this for me most of the time. I don't want it to be a chore, and a lot of the comments, the text, things like that. The listeners on the other platforms. That's what makes this worth it. Is that people enjoy it, and even if you don't enjoy it and you leave me the hate comments, I love those too. It's nice to be hated and loved. So, you know, this is the last Dutch Endeavor podcast for 2022. And like I said, I just want to thank everybody who's listened, interacted, done anything involved in this. All the guests, all the people in the back, myself. Yeah, I'm going to thank myself. All the people who did dumb shit on the internet for me to talk about. Thank you. It was fun. And I think 2023 will be even better, much, much better. And I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas or a Happy Hanukkah, a nice Kwanzaa, a boxing, all the holidays you celebrate that I don't. I'm Christmas all the way. So I hope you guys had a great Christmas, and I hope you have an excellent New Year's and New Year's Eve. Be safe. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, which that leaves a lot open. And I will catch you guys in 2022. Or no, 2023. Wow. Yeah, 2023. Again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Happy New Year. And we'll see you guys then. Until next time, bye.